Hi, it's Jamila again with Jewel Beauty and Wellness. And what I want to talk about today is what is the best flat iron. Now, the best flat iron is going to have certain properties. I don't advocate one brand of anything, but I do use this one particular brand because this one has been consistent. I've been using it for the past like 8 years, and I've only had to replace them once, and not all of them, only some. So they last very well, especially since I use them, every day or nearly every day at work and on multiple clients. Now, the brand that I like is FHI Heat, and there's another brand I like as well that's a little newer called H2 Pro, and I've tried some of those irons and some of those dryers, and they work really well. The reason that I like these is because they heat consistently, meaning like they're not really, really hot and then they don't cool off completely once I run it through the hair. It does lose some heat because the heat transfers into the hair, but it recovers really quickly. It heats up in like maybe 20 seconds, but I don't have to wait 20 seconds between passes. And I can straighten hair with one pass. And when I say one pass, I mean I take the iron and I run it along the hair one good time slowly, and it straightens the hair. I don't have to go over it 2 and 3 times like this trying to get it straight and get every little piece, because another feature of a really good flat iron is that it closes completely. See, if I close these together, they actually touch. Some flat irons, they may heat up to, a really high temperature, but if they don't close, what's the point? Because the hair is not going to be pressed flat between the plates. So they need to close completely, and they need to be easy to handle. If it's too big or it opens too wide, like it's too giant and gappy right here, it's going to be hard to hold, and you're going to have to use a lot of strength to keep it closed or to press it close enough together to get your hair straight, and that's exhausting. So this one, again, see, it has a good distance where I can close it with very little effort, and the plates touch each other. See, you can't see anything in between, so they actually press closed. Again, presses closed. See, if you get some small flat iron like this and it doesn't press close, see some inexpensive ones, they'll just go like this, which is pointless. It's not going to straighten your hair. It's a waste of your money. So I like this one. This is H2 Pro. This is FHI. And there are other brands. I'm not saying these are the only brands to use, but I'm a professional and I've been using these for years and years, and they last and they do the job right. Another thing that's very important is the coating. If the coating on yours is yellow or gold, it is tearing your hair up. That means it is not protecting your hair. This is a ceramic coating. That means it's a metal plate, and they put a coating of ceramic around it, and that protects the hair. It has a more even heating consistency, and it actually smooths the cuticle surface of the hair rather than just burning it closed, basically. So it gives you more shine, and it keeps the hair from being as damaged from repeated heat. Now this is called the Runway. This is the beast of all flat irons. And the reason I say that is because it's completely ceramic. Like, it's a solid ceramic plate, as in it will crack like your fine china. It's very expensive, usually between $300 and $400. But the fact that it's completely ceramic is what makes it really, really valuable. The reason that I use this iron is because some people's hair just needs more heat than others, and this will actually heat to a higher and more consistent temperature than, a regular metal plate. And the potency of it is so all kinks will bow down to the Runway flat iron. Roar. So this is this is pretty much the top of the line. This is a very expensive iron, but it's very it's very potent. It'll pretty much straighten anything. I don't care what kind of hair you have, if it's coarse, if it's curly, if it's kinky, then this will straighten it, and usually in one pass. So another thing that's really important is that if you have a cheap blow dryer, all of this is irrelevant. Yes, you can have a $200 to $400 flat iron, but if your hair is not blown out properly, or if it's not moisturized. If it's already brittle and breaking, a super flat iron is not going to fix your issue. So it's important to use an ionic dryer, and it's also important to use good shampoos and conditioners and to moisturize. I recommend steam therapy hydration on a regular basis, because that's going to build up the moisture content of your hair, and that's going to help keep your hair straight when you use your expensive flat iron. So I recommend that you spend about $100. That's a good price to spend on a flat iron. These are, usually between $100 and $200. Sometimes you can get them on sale online, but again, if it's less than $100, you might be getting a deal, but I don't know that, it's going to last that long. It may break down. There's one really inexpensive brand that I've used that seems to work well. It's called Red, and those you can just find in your random beauty supply, like the neighborhood beauty supply. So if you just need one at home, and you get your hair styled by a stylist, in a salon regularly, so at home you could use the Red iron, and just spend $20 to $50 on an iron that lasts pretty well, because you're not going to be using it as often as I will use these professional level irons. So those are my thoughts on the best flat iron. Feel free to ask me questions online. Find me on Facebook. I'm on Twitter at Jamila Praise, and Tumblr, Jewel Beauty Wellness, and I have an Empower Network blog under Jewel Beauty Wellness as well. So hope to talk to you soon, and I hope this answered a few of your questions. Bye-bye.